What's up guys, my name's Dan and welcome to The Vault. Today I'll be analysing the 80s classic The Goonies, starring Josh Brolin, Sean Astin and Corey Feldman. This old favourite tells the story of a group of friends who find a treasure map and go hunting for the treasure of the notorious pirate One-Eyed Willie. Now I'm not sure if that's a double entendre, but it's pretty on the nose. This film opens with a daring prison escape and a subsequent car chase. We are then introduced to our young heroes through a series of sweet and funny scenes. I think everyone's favourite introduction being Chunk and that infamous truffle shuffle. And no, I will not do the truffle shuffle on camera, so please do not even ask. Everything is classic about this film, from the cast all the way to One-Eyed Willie himself. All of the cast are terrific. We get our first looks at future stars, Josh Brolin, the Brolin, and Sean Astin, who play the curious Mikey and his protective brother Brad. Everyone does a great job, even the actors who play the mean-spirited Fratellis. Robert Davi, who played Jake, genuinely scared me as a child and even now possessed a certain kind of menace. My favourite being Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk and really killed it. His terror and admittance to every wrong thing he had done since the third grade was hilarious and just genius. Like this film, the comedy in it has aged really well. Even after all these years, it had myself and the rest of the theatre laughing. My particular favourite moment being when the character of Mouth purposely mistranslates Spanish so as to paint a house as one of horrors. There are many great comical moments like this. Everything is also really familiar about this film. The soundtrack, for instance, is as recognisable as, say, Harry Potter's or Lord of the Rings, whether it's an eerie tune made with a keyboard or the catchy 90s melodies of Cyndi Lauper. You'll know what you're in for when you hear it. The strongest aspect of this film is the story. Even after all these years, it still stands strong. The story is just so simple but totally works, and it stands in the realm of reality. It could totally happen that you find an old treasure map and go on a treasure hunt with your best friends. Some things are a little out of the realm of possibility, but to an extent it's totally believable. I just love how this film wakes the adventure in you. Even the set pieces and sets hold up really well. The primary being One-Eyed Willie's ship, which just looked like a lot of fun to be on. All of the sets looked like they were a blast to work on. I just really adore this film. It sent me back to my childhood where life was easier and a little less dark. My only issues with it were the plot holes and the CGI and special effects. Although saying that, they have held up ridiculously well for a film released 32 years ago. 32 years, Christ, this film is so iconic and so timeless. Add to that it had Steven Spielberg and Chris Columbus involved, then any criticisms really do just pale in the face of this juggernaut of a film. The lesson I got from this film after watching it so many years on was that there is adventure in all of us, that no matter how old you are always ready to go on a treasure hunt with your best friends. That, and you probably shouldn't drop your kid because he will drop your ass off of a pirate ship. So, there we are. Anyway guys, let's see if The Goonies deserves that legendary title. What's happening guys? We are back at the blackboard. Today we're going to see if The Goonies deserves to have that legendary title. We don't have any chalk, and after that debacle with the last delivery, my trust is quite broken. My heart's a little broken, so if we had ordered more chalk, you know, hoping for the best, fingers crossed. Let's just jump right into it. Question number 1, did I enjoy watching this film again? Is it worth multiple viewings? This film is definitely worth multiple viewings. I hadn't seen this film in a little while. I mean, they usually put it on TV every now and then, but I haven't seen this film in maybe 5 or 6 years. So this film for me was a favourite childhood film of mine. One that I always loved viewing again and again and again, because it's never got boring for me no matter how many times I watch it, so it's definitely worth multiple viewings. So like I say, if you guys haven't seen it in a while, definitely go back to it, definitely give it another watch, because it's definitely worth it. So for that, I'm going to give it a gold star. Question number 2, are there things memorable about this film? There are so many things memorable about this film, so much so that if you just even say Goonies to someone, and they'll know, if they've seen the film, they'll know what you're talking about. Their brain will instantly switch and know what you're talking about. There's many things memorable about this film. The soundtrack, as I've said, for one, but I think for me the main memorable thing is probably just the sense of adventure that is in this film, of being a kid and then going on this adventure to hunt for treasure or whatever. And I think that was what made this film. That's what made this film so popular through the years, is that just that memorable sense of adventure that it instills in you as you're watching it as a kid and as an adult as well, if I'm being honest. So for that, I'm going to give it a gold star. We've added another question, kind of like a guideline for these legendary film titles. Question number 3 is now going to be, was this film released over 5 years ago? And I'm adding this in because I feel like any film that I'm going to review for legendary status has to at least be 5 years old or older. And seeing as The Goonies was released over 30 years ago, I think that's going to get a... We can't really give it a gold star because it's,
But if you think about it, over 30 years and people are still watching, I think definitely deserve a
That's
gold
true.
star.
Okay, how about this? This question, thinking on the spot here, this is how we do it at the Vault, guys. Just think on the spot, come up with new ideas on the spot. Was this film released over 5 years ago? It definitely was. Over 30 years ago, which is quite amazing if you think about it. I mean, I wasn't even born when this film was released. But has this film aged well over the years, since the years it was released? And I would definitely say that this film has aged so well. I mean, you can definitely tell it's a film released in the 80s, but that doesn't stop you from enjoying it in the year 2017. It's probably not going to stop you from enjoying it in another 30 years or so. I mean, if I'm still walking around on this planet, if we're all still walking around on this planet in another 30 years, I'm sure I will still be watching this film. So for that, I'm going to give it a gold star. Question number 4, an important question. Would I recommend this film to my friends and you lovely subscribers? And yes, I would. If by some chance you haven't seen this film, I would say go watch it. It's such a fantastic childhood film that you can enjoy even when you're in your late 20s, like I am. I mean, I'm a massive kid, but you can still enjoy this film no matter what age you are. It's one of those timeless classics. And if you have, and I know people with kids, introduce your kids to this film. I'm sure they're going to love it. Introduce your kids to your childhood favourite films, especially this one, because I guarantee they'll love it. And if you have seen it, I would say go back, watch it again, because if you haven't seen it in a few years, then it's definitely worth going back and just going back over the film, because it is just a really enjoyable classic of a film. So I would definitely suggest this film to my friends, subscribers, even family members. To my family, we all really enjoyed this film growing up. And there were many childhood films like this that I will get to analysing for legendary status, legendary title. But I would suggest this to all of you guys. Go back, watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Introduce it to your kids. It's just a fantastic film. So for that, I'm going to give it its 4th gold star. So there we have it, guys. No surprise. Looks like The Goonies is going to be having that legendary title. And as always, guys, if you like what you see here, you like what I do, please like and subscribe down below. And again, this channel, it's a conversation, it's a passionate discussion. So if you've seen The Goonies, you didn't enjoy it, let me know. If you don't agree with this analysis, again, let me know. It'd be nice to hear from you guys. And as always, until the next one, peace and love, my dudes.